looks like it's sunny again today, although it's actually colder for some odd reason. And what's going on today? I guess this was kind of interesting with all that news about the war and stuff in Ukraine, and that bit about how apparently the military is asking for drone hobbyists to help. It makes you wonder, what does it take to take down a drone per se? Or maybe even, I guess, a sophisticated one. How about this one? This one says, Ukrainian woman who downed drone with a jar of tomatoes, she says, will stay and fight. I was seriously thinking, is this real or not? Like, I don't doubt basically even for a regular drone, something really small could take it down, but still. It says, as missiles and shells hammered down in Ukraine, one defiant citizen reportedly fought back with a jar of canned tomatoes after spotting a suspicious drone hovering near her apartment. Across the country, millions of Ukrainian civilians have fled the country after Vladimir Putin's forces invaded over a week ago. But others have chosen to stay either to fight back against heavily armed Russian troops or to help others who cannot leave by supplying aid and medical support. One brave citizen has been hailed a hero after reportedly knocking a drone out the air with a jar of canned tomatoes and plums. Ukrainian news site Liganet.ua spoke to the woman known as Elena, who is part of a spirited group taking a stand against Russia. She told Liganet that she was sitting on the balcony of her flat Kyiv smoking when the drone suddenly appeared. In a bid to halt the device, she threw a jar of canned tomatoes and plums stored under her chair to halt the device in case it fired at her. Okay, with that little bit, I don't know if that's just exaggerated, like this drone had like a gun or something like that, or if it's just that general paranoia that people have where they see a drone in general and they think it's a weapon. It says, incredibly, she knocked it out of the air and a legend was born, as rumors claiming she neutralized the device with a cucumber went viral on social media. So there's a little bit of conflicting information. Is it tomatoes or cucumbers? It says Elena and her husband distributed the remarks of the drone in a number of bins in case the device could be tracked. They also cleared up glass fragments so their neighbors' dogs wouldn't risk suffering from cuts on their paws. As of seeing this anyways, I haven't actually seen pictures of them disposing of the drone. Again, I'm actually fascinated whether or not it is, let's just say, a huge military drone or something like that. Although I wouldn't doubt it if something that simple could actually take it down. I mean, you've seen the viral videos of like what, people throwing toilet paper at a large drone in a soccer event or something like that, and that's it. It just basically fell, which is kind of obvious that it would, blocking the propellers and all that. It says she told the paper she thinks this device was operated by looters looking for empty flats to enter and steal from. I think with that thought too, how could you conclude it's a quote, I guess, Russian drone? It could be someone just taking advantage of the opportunity too, isn't it? Either way, it doesn't matter if it was pickles, tomatoes, or whatever. Again, a jar, I think, is enough for a regular consumer drone anyways to knock it out of the air. But again, it's kind of questionable whether or not this was like a, say, quote, Russian military drone of sort, or if it's just someone just flying it for whatever reason. Even if it could be like a non-Russian, for example, and there's no way to actually prove it in this anyways. And with every country blocking each other, it seems, in terms of news claiming one or the other is not telling the truth, it's kind of interesting where in Russia, like they said before, they're banning places, I guess, like Facebook and Twitter. But some companies are trying to get past that. And here you can see this person here basically posted, it says, this is possibly the most important and long-awaited tweet that I've ever composed. On behalf of Twitter, I'm delighted to announce their new Tor Project Onion service. Actually, funny enough, when it said onion services, I know there's like a parody news site called The Onion, so I didn't know if this was a joke. But apparently, I guess this is kind of like a browser of sort, where it allows you to bypass if they had some kind of restrictions in the country, kind of like a VPN, I guess. And with this, you can browse their sites. For example, like how do they advertise it here? Browse privately, explore freely, and so forth. And what is it called? It says Tor Browser isolates each website you visit so any third-party trackers and ads can't follow you. Any cookies automatically clear when you're done browsing. And they talk about things like surveillance. It says defend against surveillance. Tor Browser prevents someone watching your connection from knowing what website you visit. All anyone monitoring your browser habits can see is that you're using Tor. So again, I guess you could say it's kind of like a built-in VPN in many ways. It's the easiest way to think about it, but it's just kind of interesting where again, it seems like every country is trying to become like China now. Basically, blocking various news sites, I guess, that they don't agree with. And now people are trying to find ways to get past all that firewall. It's kind of ridiculous. Again, I think it's better overall for people to be able to see the information and make a decision themselves, because it just gets kind of ridiculous afterwards, where if people keep banning everything, then at what point is it just going to be, okay, you're only going to be able to see things that we want you to see and so forth. That would be kind of bad overall, in my opinion. Alright, see you guys later.